What's up, friends? Welcome back to the channel. I'm definitely on a journey this year to destroy perfectionism, and I'll be honest with you what that looks like for me. This YouTube channel exists to help people accomplish their commercial real estate goals, namely my clients, myself, I'll throw myself in there, and you, all of you that are watching. Welcome. Let's accomplish some goals together. I've got videos on underwriting, salesmanship, separating yourself as a broker, challenges that you can take to fill your pipeline. Now, of course, in the wonderful world of YouTube, I'm also getting messages from people who are not in real estate whatsoever, but love the principles and enjoy the conversation. So I'm here to potentially, hopefully, educate and entertain as I try to become a more productive business person, better parent, better family member, better brother, husband, someone who shows up fully for my work, my family, for the things that matter. And if you're like me, one of the biggest things that might be standing right smack dab in your way is perfectionism. And that's something I've literally dealt with my entire life. Now, perfectionism is something that maybe you can use to push yourself, but for me, I want to rid myself of it. I don't think it makes me better. I think it keeps me from starting and sort of freezes me right when it matters most, when I have a ton of stuff going on. The feeling, I'm gonna give a name, and maybe you can agree with me, I call it the freeze. And if you've ever had it or been there, this video is for you, 100%. Now, here's what being frozen is not when you're dealing with perfectionism. It's not laziness, it's not burnout. It can feel like depression, it might be, it might not be, I'm not an expert on that. The freeze is none of those things, it's not laziness, it's a cycle of reacting. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. You're not confused, you're not checked out, you're not stuck. You're watching yourself from the outside, waiting for something to click, but it's not clicking. And you're sort of thinking, oh, I'll get to that tomorrow. I'll kickstart that tomorrow. Now, the reason nobody talks about this is because, well, it's embarrassing. You might be telling yourself, you've done hard things before, why can't you just start? Well, the answer that I believe has helped me work through this might surprise you. So first, let's talk about the fear behind the freeze. Most people assume that they're afraid of failing, but that's not always what's happening. Sometimes perfectionism is actually a fear of succeeding. Think about that. There are two ways that success scares people. The first, success creates expectation. So once you succeed, people are watching and the bar sort of moves, and now you have to repeat it. It's safer, or at least it feels safer, to never commit and succeed in the first place. To never commit and then fall short of what you just proved that you could do. Now, the second is success sets you up for a bigger failure. The higher you climb, of course, the further you have to fall. So perfectionism keeps you just low enough that the downside feels manageable. It's unconscious risk management dressed up as high standards. The key here is you're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of what happens when it works. Neither of those things is laziness. Neither of those is fear of failure. It's something more specific. And once you name it, you can't unsee it. So I've actually tried to document and think through this cycle, which I think is a 4-stage cycle. First of all, it starts with too much. Too many things pulling at once. Your business, your clients, your content, your family, yada, yada, yada. Everything feels urgent, so nothing gets prioritized. And that stalls my brain. It might stall your brain. When nothing gets prioritized, the next move becomes unclear, which is even more frustrating. You're not avoiding the work, you genuinely don't know where to put your hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. So you sit, you think, you wait for inspiration to come, you make another list, and the list doesn't help because the problem isn't information. The problem is gaining traction. By the way, this is a huge breakthrough. When you're sitting still with no traction, that's exactly when comparison creeps in. Perfectionism goes like 5 to 10 times, right? You're looking around, someone else is doing amazing things and closing, someone else is getting rich, someone else's content is blowing up. All of a sudden, whatever you're trying to do feels a bit smaller or not good enough. And that sort of brings me to this stage 4, which is that perfectionism kind of locks the door and freezes you. And then all of a sudden you're thinking, I can't do this until one more revision or one more day, and the freeze happens. Too much, unclear, comparison, perfectionism, each one feeds the next, and once you're in it, it feels permanent. Well, to end this video, I'll tell you, it's not. It's a cycle, and cycles can be broken. So here's how I break it. One simple decision at a time, and often a decision list. What is a decision list? Literally open your journal throughout the workday and just write down every decision that you make with one word. It takes literally 0.03 seconds for every one you do. Just write one word, and before you know it, you've got hundreds of decisions throughout the day. That kind of momentum for a perfectionist is killer. The other thing you can do is pick one thing. Not your most important thing, just one thing with a clear finish line that you can reach today. Because right now, completion is the whole point, right? That's how you're going to get unfrozen. You're not trying to change your life, you're trying to remind your brain what finishing feels like and what those decision points feel like. That produces momentum. That is the key. That one single word, momentum. Momentum doesn't care about quality necessarily. It just needs motion. Now you talk about cut the comparison out of your life. Whatever you see that others are doing, momentum will blind you to it. You'll be obsessed with it. It'll be super easy to just push those things out of your mind because, once again, and I've said this many times as I tackle this, other people's timeline is not your timeline. You're not going to build your thing, and I'm not going to build my thing measuring it against someone else's. Lastly, lower the bar to start. The bar to finish can be super high, but the bar to start has to be on the floor, literally. The only question is, can I do something? Not something great, just something. If yes, you start. That, by the way, is why starting every day in commercial real estate with 5 business development calls is often a really good idea for a perfectionist. Just get them out of the way. Bam, bam, bam. So whatever you can do to beg, borrow, and steal from momentum is exactly what you do. Momentum isn't something you wait for. It's something you manufacture. Deliberately, badly sometimes, slowly sometimes, imperfectly, until it isn't anymore and you improve. The freeze wants you to believe that you are the problem, that something is wrong with you, but you're not the problem. It's the cycle of perfectionism. And all you have to do is change your thinking and make simple decisions, pick things to do, and you will break the cycle. Small, imperfect, forward. Pick one thing, do it badly if you have to, and let that be enough for today. Okay, my friends, if this hits home, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel, comment below, or simply send it to someone who you think is a perfectionist who really needs to hear it. If you haven't seen my last video on perfectionism, I'll link in here. Same energy, same idea, just a slightly different angle. We'll be back with more commercial real estate stuff, leadership principles, etc. in the next video. Friends, thanks for watching.